Still has the best payload, the best towing, no shock there. But now it's also got better, smarter, more efficient ways to use it all. And nobody can squeeze more miles out of a gallon of gas. Now there's a bunch of trucks out there saying they've got the metal where it counts. So we're going to settle it once and for all. Welcome to the proving ground.
Okay, today it's all about durability, and it looks like a lot of fun. Of course, we've got the F-150, and over there we have 3 other trucks, and we're going to test all 4 trucks in the same basic way. We're at the Michigan Proving Grounds, and specifically a little stretch of heaven here they call Silver Creek. You have to imagine a river suddenly with no water in it, and what they've tried to duplicate is what the bottom of that creek bed would look like. It runs a 1/4 mile. You've got steel on this side, and then you've got these speed bumps over here. So there's really no smooth area at all. The plan is to take each truck at 25 miles an hour and see just how durable they are. We don't know precisely what the results will be, but we're going to shoot it from every angle. And my guess is one of them's going to do better than the others. So aside from having a lot of fun and watching our stunt driver get thrown around like a tug toy, wow, we actually learned something.
Yes, we did. We learned how tough it is to pass our durability course. The F-150 does well because of the fully boxed frame, 3-inch wide leaf springs, and the shock absorbers right up by the wheel ends.
Where did the Dodge fall short?
Well, the Dodge was pretty jumpy, and that's because of the coil springs with the long jounce bumper. You'd bottom out on the jounce bumper, and it would kick the back end up.
And what was up with the Chevy?
Well, the Chevy had the narrow leaf springs and the shocks inboard of the springs, so you got a lot of side to side there. It had a little trouble staying on the track.
And I haven't seen it in a while, but is the Toyota still attached to itself?
Just barely. You know, Toyota doesn't have the fully boxed frame. They have a C-section on the frame and narrow leaf springs, so that back end is very, very compliant, and you can see the results. Because we started with the Ford, I might as well confess now, my first thought when I saw the Ford F-150 come down here was, oh no, that looks pretty rough. But in a relative world, it did stand up, and it wins. Yeah, it does win. I mean, it's what Built Ford Tough is all about. It starts right here on Silver Creek. You build them, you get to knock them around. You got a pretty good life going on there, Matt. Fun job.
Yeah. Where's the truck?
Somewhere.
I'm going to take it for a spin if you don't care.
Sure.
Yeah, I got some ideas of my own.
Bring it back.
I'm going to find some speed bumps. So each truck has exactly 1 gallon of gas.
Correct.
And each is configured exactly the same way.
Yeah, crew cab 4x2s with the most fuel efficient V8 that's offered. Engines are broken in, the tires are broken in. It's a 7-mile loop. We'll go around as many times as it takes to run out of fuel.
Dodge finished? Okay, Toyota's about had it here.
All right, Chevy's done.
Well, in spite of the fact that the Ford F-150 won the real-world fuel efficiency challenge, we're going to do it again. Some would say we're pressing our luck. I believe our confidence in the product is just that high. So we're going to try and duplicate it, just to erase any possibility that what you just saw could be a fluke. There's 1 gallon of gas, right?
Just one.
Nice. Twice. Can't be a fluke.
It's not a fluke.
And we don't have enough gas to make it back.
No, we don't.
So we're walking. Have a nice night, Tenny. Okay, so that's a 993-pound spool of cable in the back of the F-150. This is a sort of an outrigger contraption, and this is Matt O'Leary, Chief Engineer. What have you done here, Matt?
Well, we set this up so we could see how the vehicle behaves in a handling situation.
The goal, as I understand it, is to see how the truck performs and how much control the driver can enjoy with that weight back here.
That's right. I mean, it's easy to make a vehicle handle. It's very difficult to make it handle with the payload in the back, and the F-150 does both.
Same spool, same weight in the back of the Dodge, the Chevy, and the Toyota as well.
That's right.
Will I be in the cab as all this plays out?
Yes, you will.
More good news, Matt.
23 miles an hour, and hang on tight.
So you're going to feel good about that.
I feel really good about it. The F-150 did great going through those maneuvers with all that payload.
Yeah, not so much for the Dodge.
Not so much for the Dodge. A lot of understeer, couldn't keep speed going through the maneuver.
Almost the same deal with the Chevy.
Yeah, pretty much. Vague on the steering and a lot more lateral compliance in the rear because of the narrow leaf springs.
Lateral compliance sounds kind of fancy talk, but I'll tell you what, I know what sparks are, and I saw plenty of those on the Toyota.
The Toyota gets a lot of body roll, so you could see the outrigger touch very quickly. So you're really fighting trying to get through the maneuver.
What do you think a guy like Tanner does after a day like this? Is he swimming with sharks? Is he jumping out of planes? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
That boy ain't right.
No, he isn't.
Okay. I'm going to take it for one more spin if that's good.
Sure.
But you're going to let me drive this time.
Maybe.
We'll approach speeds of 12 miles an hour.
12 miles an hour is good.
Today, Chief Engineer Matt O'Leary has brought me to a garage, but it's not like any other garage I've seen.
This is where we add weight for vehicle testing.
We're going to be testing towing today?
That would be right. The best way to avoid trailer sway is to load your trailer properly. We're doing it improperly so we can demonstrate trailer sway and then show how our new technology helps you in this kind of event.
I saw a giant tractor trailer a few minutes ago. What's that going to do?
We have the tractor trailer to do a real-world simulation coming toward the towing vehicle. It'll pass it, and the driver of the towing vehicle will lift off the accelerator, and that will induce the sway.
I've learned enough. Let's watch.
So here we are, 40 miles an hour, halfway through the parabolic. And now we're coming back on level, and we're looking at 50.
So Matt, explain to me again from a technical standpoint what it was we just saw.
Well, the F-150 did very well because it has trailer sway control, unlike the Chevy and the Toyota. And compared to the Dodge, it has a better way to counteract the sway through asymmetric braking, so braking one side of the vehicle and then the other side.
So the Dodge didn't recover as quickly because all four tires braked simultaneously.
Right, so you slowed the vehicle down quicker instead of keeping the momentum.
And it looks like it did.
Yes.
What do you say we walk off into the sunset?
Sure.
I just want to see if you can actually walk on water.
Engineers can, you know.
How do you explain me?